Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to be going over a 2020 Ram 1500 in the limited package. So of course today's video is going to be going over whether or not now is the time to buy a new Ram 1500 or if you should wait for the 2021s. As always, a huge shout out and thank you to the Dodge Ram here in Sandy for providing us with the truck. Check out their inventory in the link below. Let's get right into the video. So under the hood of this particular limited, you have the 5.7 liter Hemi V8 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Power is 395 horsepower, and then torque is 410 pound-feet. Fuel economy is 15 around town and then 21 on the highway. You can also get the optional e-torque with this, which will add a little bit extra torque off of the line, and then you can also now get the EcoDiesel with it as well. Now let's go over the front end on the Limited. I've got the lights on so you guys can see what the lights look like. So with the Limited, you will get the projector bulbs up front with the two little LED accent lights on either side. And the Limited has a custom grille, which kind of has like these chrome inserts. It's kind of got like this just weird design overall. You get tow hooks there at the bottom. Then also you get parking sensors and the fog lights there at the front of the bumper as well. There's a little camera integrated at the bottom of the A and the Ram logo. And other than that, that is the front end on the Limited. Standard with the Limited are 20-inch wheels with 275mm tires. You can get 22s on it, but this one has the 20s. And then also air suspension is standard as well. So if you guys want to tell if a truck does have the air suspension, you can see right here in the suspension, that thing kind of looks like a can right there. That's one of the easiest ways to tell if it's an air suspension truck or if it does not have air suspension. Now you guys can see the fender flare that goes all the way around. It is body painted. You got the 5.7 liter Hemi badging right there. You've got the Limited badge right there. It kind of like has like a chrome strip connected to it. This one's got the power folding mirrors on it, and there is your full side view. Here's the key fob for the Limited. So you've got a couple functions. You've got the unlock and lock at the top. You've got the drop down for the tailgate. You've got the lowering for the air suspension, which I've never shown that in a video. I want to show that right now before we do the remote start, and then you've got the remote start. So for the lowering for the air suspension, you just have to press that function twice on it, and then you guys can kind of hear. Hopefully you guys can hear that. That is the compressor, so the truck is lowering. And you guys can kind of remember the stance from the side, so you can see that the truck is slowly lowering down. You can see especially there in the front end, it's going down, and it'll kind of go into like low rider status is what I want to call it, where it's like super low to the ground. Obviously it'll make getting in and out really easy. And then once it's done, it'll kind of let you know by flashing the lights and everything, and that's all. All the other functions, obviously that remote starts, so just press that twice and well, boom. That 5.7 Hemi will pop on to life. Definitely sounds really good. You guys will get a reveling clip in a little bit, but press that again and that'll shut it off. Now the tailgate is pretty easy. Just press that twice and that'll slow lower down the tailgate. You guys will notice that this already has a bed liner in it. So you got like the plastic covering here, and then you got the bed liner on the rest of the truck. You've got the LED bed lights on either side of the truck. Got the little power sliding window there with the cargo light at the top as well. And then when you're done with the bed, just lift it up. This does have the multifunction tailgate, so just open up that little part, so it's the bottom latch, and that'll open up that part of the tailgate, and then there's another latch inside there which will open up that part of the tailgate. So pretty straightforward, really easy to use, and that's all. Now finishing things up in the rear, you've got all of your regular badging there on the back. You've got the LED lights here in the back as well, body painted bumper on the rear, and then you do have the parking sensors all along the bottom with the dual outlet exhaust, and that's everything for the back of the Limited. Coming here to the back, you've got all of the leather trim here at the top, and then you got the stitching that goes all throughout, and then you got the wood trim there at the top, and the stitching with the embroidery on it as well. Here's one of the speakers for the sound system, and then here is one of the seats in the back, so you guys can see the seat with all the piping on it. You've got the full black leather, really soft to the touch with the seat here, and well, I'm gonna pop in. So popping in, step in height is really easy. It's really easy to get in here, and sorry that my hair's a mess, but I'm 5'11". You guys can see I've got a good amount of headroom. And then in terms of legroom, you can see it's solid as well. Gotta like those Tevas for the sandals. Anyways, you guys can see that you get a little box right here. It's kind of like a little box there on the side, so you can use it for storage. And then you got all the mats in the rear. And then lifting up this little part right here, you can see there's even more storage just underneath. You got this little center area, so you got cup holders here, vents on either side, heated and cooled seats for the rear. Got a little outlet back here, and by the way, these seats are reclining, so there's a latch right there. And you just do that, and the seat will kind of just go a little bit forward. And, well, other than this little thing right here, that's all for the back. Coming up to the front, we do get keyless entry. There is blind spot monitoring in the mirror, and then you guys can see the door panel here at the front is identical to what's in the rear. And again, you've got all of your functions for the memory seats right here. Power folding mirror button, you just press that and the mirrors will fold right in. All of your window controls are in this little area. And then here are the seats at the front. So again, they've got that really nice soft leather all throughout the seats, fully black in this particular Limited. Here's your adjustments on the seat, and then here is the pedals just down below. You've got the pedal adjustments and then the little release for the brake. Your light controls are just up above. There's your steering wheel adjustment, and there's one more look before we pop in. Now to start the Limited, foot on the brake, push to push start. It'll say Limited right there, and well, everything will come to life. Here's our steering wheel on the Limited. You can see that you've got the cruise control over here, the adaptive cruise control to the side. You've got the gear selector just down below. On the other side, you've got the controls for the phone and voice command. You've got those controls for the center stack, and then you've got all the wood trim all throughout with the stitching, and then more wood trim at the top. So overall, the steering wheel is just definitely really nice, and yeah, that's everything for the steering wheel. Now here in the center gauge cluster, you've got RPMs over on the left side. On the right side, you've got the speed, and then there in the center, you guys can see there's a bunch of different bits of information. The coolest thing is probably just up right here with the fuel economy. You can see what the fuel economy is right now, but obviously that's not accurate. Driving assistance pretty good, and then the vehicle information, but that's all for the center stack. Ooh, buddy. So, yeah, we got the 12-inch display here in the Ram 1500. So you can see that you've got the lane departure assistance at the top, and then the parallel and perpendicular parking assistance right next to it. You got the climate controls on either side with this, your volume controls to the radio. Down here you've got the parking sensors at the bottom, your tow haul mode, your stability control, and this is for the air suspension to raise or lower the truck. So like, for example, we're gonna raise it up into the aero mode, and then one more time we'll put it into the normal mode. Trailer brakes are right next to that as well. And then right here with the rest of it, you can see that touch response time is really solid on the touchscreen itself. You do get the little navigation function on top of that, which is pretty neat. And then with the climate, you can control the climate, and then you can pull up the controls tab, which is kind of like a separate little screen right there. And this will actually get us into the next part. So this does come with a 360 camera. You can see there's a bunch of different views out the truck. You can see out the back. That's just like your regular view at the back. And then you can see out the front right there, and then another front view, and then you got another view out the back as well. And then this is where you can zoom in if you are hooking up to a trailer. So pretty neat on that, and you can deploy the steps at any time you want. Now I've got the whole like center console area. So first off, you guys can see that you got just some extra storage here, a couple of USBs right there, and then wireless charging in this area, full power outlet. And then you've got Limited at the top. Now opening that up, you can see that you've got a USB right there. And pull it up, you got some measuring tables. This slides backwards and forwards with this, and there's some nice wood trim at the top of it, which is again another nice little touch with that little area. And other than that, that's the center console. And coming over here, got the glove box, so you have both tiers of the glove box, decent amount of storage space, nice leather all around, nice wood trim all around, so just really nice with the materials. Now up top here, we do have the power rear siding window, and then you can get a full panoramic sunroof. It is an option. This one doesn't have it. And then universal garage door openers, and that's all for the top. Now let's get into pricing before we take this out. So first off, the Ram 1500s have like a huge price swing. I mean, from like a base model, you're in the $30,000 range to, if you get like a fully loaded Limited, you're over $70,000. So it just depends on how much equipment that you get. Now, the one thing I will say is right now there's gonna be pretty good discounts because the 2021s will be coming soon. And the 2020, obviously that's the second model year for the new body style. So then they would have had a chance to work out all the kinks. So I think it's a good time to get a 2020, and then also obviously from a reliability standpoint it'll be even better. But yeah, let's take her out and see how she drives. Let's quickly talk about visibility here on the Limited before we set off. So visibility over the hood, that's kind of what that looks like. And man, look at that ugly green Camaro. There's your visibility through the side mirror and your visibility through the other mirror as well. And then here's all throughout the rear as well on the truck. And I said as well like 50 times, make a drinking game out of it. Let's set off. We're gonna be setting off here in the Limited, and first part of the video I'm gonna kind of talk about just how this truck drives to kind of refresh your guys' memory, and then we'll get into the main part of the video, which is obviously gonna be talking about if you should get a 2020 Ram or if you should get the 2021. So first off, in terms of the driving, once we actually get up and go in here, we can talk about the road noise, the ride quality, so you guys can kind of like go through it with me. So The ride quality on the new Rams is exceptionally smooth. Definitely right now with the trucks that are on the market for the 2020 model year, it is the smoothest riding truck for sure. The air suspension definitely makes things even smoother, which is really, really nice. And then in terms of the insulation of the cabin, super luxurious, and that was a black appearance package, by the way, that popped through on the camera. Hopefully you guys saw that. It's my favorite package on the Rams, is the black appearance. I just love how it looks. So really quiet on the interior, and it just has like this luxury feel, right? The Limited has like all the nice and really nice materials, and the Ram in general just has a really nice interior. So you just get this really nice like luxury car feel. And then you also just get kind of like the luxury looks when you go up for the higher packages like the Limited or the Laramie, with just how they've done things stylistically. Definitely looks really, really nice. And in terms of the other stuff like the driving, the steering, all that kind of stuff, the steering is very light. It is pretty effortless. What are you doing, minivan? Okay, there you go. Choose your destiny. So definitely really light, and you guys can see brakes work really well. And taking a turn here, yeah, it's super easy to maneuver. The truck doesn't feel large at all, and getting like a minor acceleration with this Hemi gets up and goes pretty well. Now we're gonna get our like full-blown acceleration, and then we'll kind of get into the important stuff on the video. So you guys can see here again, stopping, boom, pretty good. And ooh, we got a good point in traffic, so we can kind of get an acceleration here. Yep, she moves. So it's not the quickest accelerating truck, but it gets the job done. You don't really feel like you need more power with the truck. And now let's get into the actual topic of the video. So I would say that the 2020 is the best to buy. Like I said, they have had a chance to work out the kinks for the 2019 model year, and they're not really going to change anything for the 2021 model year. They might release like a new package or something, but it's not going to be like a whole new redesigned truck. It's going to be the same truck. So here's what I have to say. If you've been wanting to buy the Ram, I would buy it now. You might have trouble finding what you want to find just because everything's pretty much been bought up and the factory hasn't been producing stuff because of the coronavirus. But if you can find a truck out there that has a spec that you want, you're going to get a great deal on it right now. And it's the second model year, so it's going to be good reliability wise. They're not really going to change that much, and so I feel like the 2020 is the package or the truck to get, the model year to get. And right now you're going to get a good deal on it too, so I just say go for it. That's my advice. Take it as you will. Thank you. And there we have it, everyone, the 2020 Ram 1500 Limited. And again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Dodge Ram here in Sandy for providing us with the truck. Check out their inventory in the link below. I will see all of you in that next video.